Good morning. How are you? I'm Elle. I'm the Keystone Stitcher. Today is November 15th, 2023. Gosh, we only have like 2 more videos before the end of the year. This is insane. Okay, I've got a lot. I threw out the Stitch What You Want that wasn't working for me, and I tried something completely new, and I'm kind of having fun with it. So I'll show you that. Before I do, let me show you this. So I pulled out some winter pieces, and this is one that I've pulled out. This is Rebecca Nurse. This is by Primitive Hair. You can find her designs on Etsy. And I know this Rebecca Nurse was a woman who lost her life in the Salem witch trials, and this is what her home looked like. So even though this should come out for Halloween, the winter scene, the snow, I like it for winter. So I bring that out in the winter months. Yeah, okay. I want to make sure you don't have too much glare. So before we get into everything I did and the plans and how it all came about, let me do the giveaway. So on my Wood Parade that I posted on November 2nd, I offered 3 giveaways. The first one is a paper chart. This can only go to people in the US because of shipping. This is by Carriage House Samplings. And the winner of this, the keyword was feed, and the winner of this was Karen Robinson. So Karen, get in touch with me. You can send me your mailing address either through Instagram or on through email. I was going to say eBay. Why would I say eBay? I'm the Keystone Stitcher on Instagram, and you can reach me at TheKeystoneStitcher@gmail.com. I'll put those down below at the top of the description box. So the next one, I was offering two PDF charts from StitchingMoonDesigns on Etsy. The designer is Megan, and she's on Flosstube as StitchingMoonDesigns. No, Stitching Moon. The first one, and you know what? I think your name is beautiful. I love the way it's spelled, but I'm not sure if I'm going to butcher it, so you'll have to let me know. Anissa B, and it's Anissya, and that's just, I love that. It looks so gorgeous. Anyway, I'm all into unique spellings, and so congratulations. Again, you can contact me either way, and I'll arrange with Megan to get that chart to you. And then the second one is my stitching place. So congratulations. Again, just get in touch with me so I can arrange this with Megan. Let me know which chart. Now for the PDF charts from Stitching Moon Design, you'll have to let me know which chart you want. So go take a look at a shop, pick out the one you want, and then let me know. Okay, so as I mentioned, I had been doing kind of Stitch What You Want. I was just kind of pulling out anything for the last 2 months because I felt the need to not be so rigid after really being rigid to get a giant full coverage done. So as you know, I finished a Heaven and Earth design. I still had 100,000 stitches to do on that in January, and I finished at the end of August. And then I had 3 other full coverages I wanted finished that were in various stages. So I was really focused, and there were times that other pieces were calling, pieces that didn't get to come out very often. And so I decided that once those were done, moving into September, I was going to just whatever called to me until December. And then in January, I would have goals and focus pieces, and that wasn't working real well. So let me show you what I did start to work on. So I started working on my 4 seasons. And there's the whole thing. And we'll kind of talk as we do this. So as I was working on this, now I came down and I finished this. This section right in here was not done. And I finished that, and then I came up here and I started working on the trees. So I'll bring that in a little bit closer so you can see that's all done down there. And then you can see the trees coming in. Now, my problem right now is that this right here, this one tree outline, is 1 stitch too low. So that whole section has to come out. I hate when I do that. But at least it's just that one color. It'll be easy to pull out, and it won't take long to put back in. So as I was stitching on this, I was watching Flosstube, and I'm going to put the picture before over my face while I talk. We'll save some time that way. So I was watching Flosstube and everybody was pulling out their Christmas stuff. And even though I wasn't in the mood for Christmas, okay, I decided that I was going to put this down and I was going to stitch Christmas because now all of a sudden I missed and I wanted to join in. So, okay, I pulled out a Christmas piece. This is called Christmas Truck. And I have a needle in here still. It's on, you can find it on Etsy. It's still there. And the shop is called DementedStitches. And let me just move this needle so I don't lose it. Okay, and here's where I am. So this is what it should look like. I had all of Christmas and I started working on the word tree when I went, yeah, no, I wasn't feeling Christmas. What am I doing starting another piece? So I told myself I would only start a Christmas piece if it worked in Pattern Keeper so that I could see the stitch count and know that it was feasible to finish it because I don't want anything new going into next year. And this worked. So this does work in Pattern Keeper if you like this design. I'm doing it in the called for color. So this is all black. The tree will have a green, but the red I've changed out for Color and Cottons. I should probably take that out. Dracula. This is my favorite variegated red. I like this so much more than DMC 115. It just has a richer feel to it. I don't know how to. The darker reds are definitely darker than on DMC, but the blending, the way it works is, I like that way it works. I'm not doing this one stitch at a time, and I am doing this, I'm doing this using the loop method. So I'm taking one strand, folding it in half, and then stitching across and then back. And so I did the cab of the truck first, and then I came over and worked on this, and now I'm working on the banner at the top. So that's where that is. But while I was working on that, and as I said, I did Christmas, and I started over here on tree, and I'm going, yes, nope, don't want to work on this. Don't want to work on this. And then I didn't know what I wanted to work on. And at the same time, working on this, I was still watching Flosstube. And Kim Hollenbeck, she had her video. And she started talking about how she and Anne had just uploaded all of the events for next year, for 2024. And I thought, let me go see what they have. Again, I'm bored, so I'm going to play on my phone because I don't want to really work on that. And as I was scrolling through the events for next year, I saw a November bingo card. And I thought, okay, let me look at that. So I downloaded the bingo card. And I usually don't join in on the bingo cards because I don't have enough projects that fit. But this time I kind of did. So that's where I went to from there. I decided I was not going to use this as a full coverage bingo card. I was going to include everything that I had. And instead, you had an option of 1,000 or 2,000 stitches per project in each block. So there were projects, I didn't have anything that would work. So for example, one was stitch on something that has buttons, nothing. Stitch on something with a bear, nothing. Stitch on a project that begins with the letter N, nothing. So, but I did find ones that did, and I thought instead of doing 1,000 or 2,000 stitches, I would do one day because life has just been crazy, and I don't want to put the pressure on myself of trying to reach a stitch count. So the first one I picked up, was was Strength. And as you know, I was working on her head scarf and I didn't have that finished. Move it over here. And so I did. I finished her head scarf. So you can see that all done now. And by finishing her headscarf, that gave me a row finish. So here is the entire top row. Let me see if I can see. There we go. So there's the entire top row. And not only have I finished that top row, but I'm going to put it above my head where it was last time. And you can see I added a lot more to the background. So on the background, I came down here. I'm now in the third row of pages. So on the background on this side, I've not only finished the first row, I finished the second row. So that's a pretty good place to stop, kind of, as far as the design. Now this will come out a little bit, but it's just nice to know that I have a finish, a row finish, after only a few months of working on it. So at that, oh, I didn't tell you percentages. Okay, for 4 seasons, I'm at 37.07%. I'm really bad. I have not told you anything. Let me go back. If I forget things, everything is always in the description box. But 4 seasons. This is on a hand dyed that I dyed myself fabric. It's a 16 count Aida, and I'm currently at 37.7%. And for the bingo card, this got 3 more days. This got 3 days for the month. So I'll work on this a little bit more this evening, and then this will be done for this month. For the Christmas truck, this is on a 16 count that I dyed myself as well. What I was going for was a wintry, cold, blustery, wintry day, maybe close to dusk. And that is at 57.70%. On strength, I'm working this on an 18 count Aida. This is just Very Light Platinum by Zweigart. And I'm stitching this. This is now at, why am I bad at this today? I'm at 17.41%. So that's that one. Okay, now we're back up where we should be. So the next one is my Magical Quilts. It's magicalquilts.blogspot.com, and it's called Weaver's Tapestry. And this one got called for 2 days then on the bingo board. And I'll put on my face where it was before. I'm stitching this on an 18 count Spokelos from TheSewingShop.Ca. This is, I'll bring it in. So what I was working on here was everything up here. Can you hear that? That's our train. I'm really sorry. I wasn't paying attention to the time when I started this. At least he didn't blow his horn, right? Okay, so this block is huge. I was hoping to, so I was taking each section and trying to complete a section a month. So I completed this section 1 month and this section, and then I was hoping, but I only got half of that done. I can't tell you the stitch count because this comes in pieces. It's a free download, but I can tell you it's 502 stitches high, and from the bottom to the top stitch here, I've got 152 stitches in. So not bad at all. I have a lot of fun with this. I am stitching this simply with 3371. Nothing fancy, but I think it works really well on the fabric. Okay, so then I pulled out Stone Expressions. This is by StitchingMoonDesigns. Did I do it again and not tell you what I was stitching on? No, I did tell you. Okay. 18 count Spokelos. This is a 20 count Evenweave that I dyed myself, and that's where it is. I didn't do anything more down here. I simply worked up here, and I finished that page. You know what? Let me get the board because this wants to flop around. Okay. So this one here, I can say I was thrilled to have a page finished because I had been all over the place in this, and that's not really me. So there we go. And I'll put over my face here where that page looked like last time. And you can really see her legs now. Her feet are done. And I just love this. If I turn that a little bit more for the light, yeah, you can see those greens, and it's beautiful. And then her face. So yeah, that one was fun. So that got, I think, 2 days. Yeah, let me see if I can check my notes here. So that one, I didn't write down how many days. I think I worked on it for 2 days. And I'm at 13.744%. So yeah, that's another one that is relatively new. I'm shedding like crazy here. Okay, so that brings me to the end of what I worked on, but now we've got plans. And before I get into what I'm going to do for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to show you something that I picked up, and then I will do December plans, and then I'll just briefly show you what I will work on for the next 2 weeks. First of all, the next video will not be on December 1st. It will be on November 30th, because for the first time ever, I'm going to attempt to do Flossmas. In Flossmas, what I will do is each day, I will pick a different number, and you can barely see this in this. The sun shining in washes this out, but I will be filling in each of those squares. Here's what it will look like with the different, so this is all holiday animals. And so I will pick one and do one, and they're tiny. I will do that. And then I'm toying around with either pulling out, I've picked 6 whips that I have that I would like to see significant progress on next year or finished. And I might do like a wheel and spin it and then see and work on that for that day after I finish my animal. Or I have it here in my pile. Or in the most recent Just Cross Stitch magazine, there's this Christmas sled. And it's Christmassy, but I also think it's wintry. And this is a full coverage, but it is small enough that I can finish this in the month of December. So I'm toying around with that. If you have an opinion, which one should I just do random whips throughout the month, or should I focus and do my Christmas sled? Let me know which one you think I should do. Now, strength will continue to come out because this is my football stitching. And I will just work on the black background and get more of that background done. So that's what I will start doing on December 1st. Now, before I show you those whips that I've picked out for the bingo card and show you how that works, I thought I would share with you that I received the Bothy Threads catalog. So someone had showed that they had the catalog, Bothy Threads catalog, and I thought, I'd like to see that. Because I see a lot of Bothy threads, but I don't always see, I look at them and think, oh, that's nice, but it's not quite me. And so I thought maybe they have something that is more me that I haven't seen anyone else stitch. So they sent 2 catalogs. This is the seasonal collections. And in this one, I found this. And there's kind of a story behind this. Where I used to live, we fed the birds. My oldest 2 grandchildren were really young. And they would come over every day and feed the birds. And one day I came out, I knew they were on their way. And the birds were different. And when you spend a lot of time in nature, and you'll notice difference. You'll notice when there's a different sound. And I thought, these birds, they're upset about something. I don't know what, but they're upset about something. And my grandchildren, my son pulled in with the kids, and they went to come running to me when they got out of the car, and they stopped. And my granddaughter went, "What's wrong with the birds?" That's how different it was. And I said, I don't know. I've been looking around. I can't figure it out. And so they asked me to go up in the field where we had our garden and see if there was anything they could pick to eat. And I said yes. And as they did, I spotted these 2 crows take off and fly over the top of my grandchildren, turn around and come back squawking the whole time. And all these birds are just going nuts. And so I'm following the crows. And when I did, I turned my head and there was an owl sitting up over my garden. And these crows chased off the owl. And then all the birds were quiet and they all kind of calmed down. And we had a couple birds that would actually come down and sit on the ground next to my grandchildren and watch them play. So the idea of the owl and the birds, that that just, I don't know, that reminded me of that day, and I decided that that's one I would like to do. The other one I found was this holiday season one. And I think that's just cute. These are not huge. Okay, I did the conversion, but I didn't write it down. This one is 35 by 31 centimeters. I should have written the conversions down. And the owl and the birds is 38 by 18 centimeters. But they weren't huge. I just don't remember the conversion. And then they sent me their main catalog. And in the main, I'm not going to show you all of it. They have tapestries, they have long stitch, they have specialty stitches, they have needlepoint. I was really surprised how much they had. But I found these countryside designs. These are by Rose Swalwell. I'm not sure if I said her name right. They're farm scenes. And so it's this page, everything on this page right here. And I love every one of them. I'm just going to have to figure out which one or two I want to purchase. I really like that one. So there's that. Then I found, this one is Coastal Britain. It's also from Rose Swalwell. And I grew up along Lake Erie, which is considered one of our Great Lakes. It's a freshwater lake, and it's large. And we have our lighthouses and everything that you would do if you were living along water. So all of these really speak to me. I think this one more than anything. Whoops. Sorry about that. But yeah, every one of those. And then, again, we have more Rose Swalwell designs. These are just country homes. They're just countryside pieces. So, these are not Bothy threads that I see a lot. I really like that one. I like them all. I like that one. And then finally, see, I'm not going to show you the whole catalog. If you would like to see the whole catalog, let me know and I can see about doing this. Okay, so now this is a long stitch. These are by, again, Rose Swalwell. But what I like are these birds down here. Those just popped off the page and grabbed my eye as soon as I saw them. So I think I have to get that. That one I really love. So how this works is they send you their catalogs and then they send you a price sheet and you just look for the page number and then you'll have the price. And they're, for an entire kit, they're not badly priced. So now, would you like to know what you might see in the next video? What you will see in the next video, because I'm going to stick with this bingo. And the first one, I will be doing 4 seasons. So you know what that looks like. And let me show you where I will work from here. So I'm working on these trees. So I'm going to pull out this up here and restitch it. And I'm just going to continue to work filling in these trees. And I won't get very far today. I have some errands I have to run. So this will just get a little bit more time this evening. But at least it will get a little bit more. And I'm hoping to reach 40% is probably asking too much, considering I just have one evening. But that one will come out. The next one will be my long dog. That one, let me see, my long dog, I've got, that came out for one day, or it got one day on the bingo board. So yeah, anything that I could get to work on the prompts, I did. And this worked on one prompt. So here's my long dog. Again, the fabric is by Color and Cotton. It's called Aquarius. And really sorry about that Band-Aid. And the floss is from Hand Dyed by Rolanda on Etsy. So I'd like to finish that second band and get a little bit of a start on the next one. We'll see how much I can get done, right? It's a running theme right now. As we're coming into, you know, it's funny, summer I'm out, I'm about, I don't get as much stitching done. I spend more time with my grandchildren. And then winter I really settle in and stitch, but there's that period where there's just a lot going on, getting ready for the holidays and stuff like that. Now, the next one. This one fit into the most prompts of any of them. And this is Grackles. I'm currently at 9.88%. I've done over 26,000 stitches. And this one, that's where that is now. This one fit in 5 prompts. So if I get the time to do it, this will get 5 days. Okay, next would be Masquerade. And this one fit into 2 of the prompts. And this is where this one is at. Trying to hold all these layers together so they don't fall apart is difficult. Okay, so this one is currently at 3.85%. And I have a couple stitches. Like I said last time, I don't even think there's 20 stitches left to fill in this page right here, this section. And so I will fill in those missing stitches and come over here and fill in the moon. And then next I'll work my way this way because I'm trying to do the top row of pages, and this is a full coverage background removed. So I kind of started in the middle because I wasn't sure where to start with this. This is the first piece I've ever done with background removed. So I started in the middle and I worked my way over, and now I need to work my way back. So that's where that is to start. And finally, I think I can hold this one up. I have pulled out, this fit again in, no, not finally, I have one more. So this fit in 2 of the prompts, and this is currently at 6.80%. This is my John Lennon. So that's where that one is. And then my final piece is that I need to find a way to squeeze this in and finish this. So, Christmas trees. So that's what I have going. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Flossmas. I've never done it, but oh, and I didn't mention doing Flossmas that after I do my stitching, I'm also I don't like, when it comes to movies, I'm not one who's really into real sentimental, sad Christmas movies. I'm not into your romantic comedies. But what I do like are horror. And so I found a whole list of scary, horror, creepy type Christmas movies I have never seen. And so I'm going to pick one a day, and I will share that movie with you and tell you something about it. And we'll see how that goes. So if you are into the horror, if you're a Stephen King fan, you're into that kind of creepy stuff, it's kind of what I'm going for. And I'm hoping that'll be a little bit different. But I'm also hoping that'll be a different, just something different for me to do leading up to Christmas that I haven't done before. So that's it. That's all I have for you. And I will see you soon. Take care. And if you want a giveaway, please get in touch with me and let me get those out to you right away. Bye.